You need to hear this, especially if you've ever stopped eating chia seeds because they made you feel bloated, uncomfortable, or off. Because for years, chia seeds have quietly carried a reputation they never truly deserved. Not because they suddenly became harmful, not because your gut suddenly became weak, and not because chia seeds are too small, too hard, or get stuck in the digestive system. The real problem is far more subtle. It's a misunderstanding, one that has lived inside digestive health conversations for decades. And once you understand it, the entire story around fiber, seeds, bloating, constipation, and gut discomfort completely changes. The myth that refuses to die: small foods get stuck. For a long time, people were told something that sounds logical, but isn't physiologically accurate. Avoid seeds if you have digestive issues. They can get stuck. They irritate the gut. They cause inflammation. So when someone ate chia seeds and later felt bloated, heavy, or uncomfortable, the conclusion felt obvious. It must be the chia. But digestion does not work like a plumbing pipe where tiny foods get lodged and block the flow. Your gut is not a narrow tube waiting to clog. Your digestive system is a pressure-regulated system, not a blockage system. And that single distinction changes everything. Digestive discomfort is about pressure, not particles. Let's clear this up once and for all. Digestive discomfort does not come from foods being too small or getting stuck. It comes from pressure. Pressure builds in the gut when stool becomes dry, hydration is inadequate, gut motility slows, fiber expands without enough water, the intestinal contents harden instead of soften. When pressure rises, the gut wall stretches. Nerves become irritated. Bloating, cramping, and discomfort appear. And here's the crucial mistake most people make. The last food eaten gets blamed, not because it caused the problem, but because it revealed it. Why chia seeds became the scapegoat. Chia seeds didn't suddenly turn against humanity. What changed was how people hydrated, how fiber was understood, how rushed eating became, how disconnected we became from gut physiology. Chia seeds are almost entirely soluble fiber, and soluble fiber behaves very differently from rough, insoluble fiber when it's used correctly. But when it's used incorrectly, that's when problems show up. Soluble fiber versus insoluble fiber, the difference that was never explained. Most people were never taught that fiber comes in different forms with completely different behaviors inside the body. Insoluble fiber adds bulk, does not absorb much water. Speeds transit mechanically, can increase pressure if stool is dry. Soluble fiber, like chia seeds, absorbs water, forms a soft gel, improves stool consistency, reduces friction and pressure, feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Chia seeds don't act like tiny stones. When soaked properly, they transform. What actually happens when chia seeds are soaked? When chia seeds come into contact with sufficient liquid, something remarkable happens. They absorb water, up to 10 to 12 times their size, and form a soft, slippery gel. This gel cushions the intestinal walls, softens stool, reduces straining, improves transit smoothness, lowers internal pressure, protects the gut lining over time. In other words, properly prepared chia seeds lower pressure inside the gut. They don't increase it. Why sensitive guts often do better with properly soaked chia. This is especially important for people with sensitive digestion, constipation, dominant IBS hard stools, straining diverticulosis, a history of flare-ups triggered by pressure. In these conditions, hard stool and straining are far more damaging than soft fiber. And that's why properly soaked chia seeds are often better tolerated than dry fiber sources. Because softness matters more than size. Pressure matters more than particles. So why do some people feel worse after eating chia seeds? This is where the misunderstanding becomes clear. Problems arise when chia seeds are eaten dry, sprinkled onto dry foods, consumed without adequate fluid intake, taken by someone already dehydrated, added suddenly in large amounts. In that scenario, the fiber expands, but without enough water to soften. The result? Bulk increases. Softness does not. Pressure rises. Discomfort appears. And once again, the chia seeds get blamed. Not hydration, not preparation, not gut motility, just the seed. Why one person thrives on chia and another suffers. This is why chia seeds feel amazing for one person and terrible for another. It has nothing to do with good seeds versus bad seeds, strong guts versus weak guts. It has everything to do with hydration status, preparation method, overall fluid intake. Gut movement speed. Fiber is not inherently harsh. Dry fiber is harsh. Hydrated fiber is therapeutic. What modern research actually shows years ago, broad dietary warnings were given. Avoid seeds and nuts if you have gut issues. But large population studies later showed something very different. Modern research consistently found seeds and nuts were not associated with worse digestive outcomes. They did not increase complications. In many cases, they were linked to better gut health and regularity. Yet the fear remained. Why? Because no one explained the difference between dry fiber versus hydrated fiber, bulk versus softness, blockage thinking versus pressure physiology. Once you understand pressure, everything changes. When you stop thinking of digestion as a clogging pipe and start seeing it as a pressure-regulated system, the story changes completely. Soft stools reduce pressure, hydration lowers strain, gel-forming fibers protect the gut. Regularity improves naturally, and chia seeds, when prepared correctly, work with the body instead of against it. The blood sugar and appetite connection, most people miss. This gel-forming effect doesn't just help digestion. It also slows gastric emptying, stabilizes blood sugar, improves satiety, supports gut hormone signaling, including hormones like GLP-1, which plays a role in appetite regulation, glucose control, metabolic health. That's why people often feel fuller longer, more stable energy, fewer cravings. Not because chia is magic, but because physiology is logical when supported correctly. Chia seeds and cholesterol, when another overlooked benefit. That same soluble fiber gel also binds bile acids, attaches to excess cholesterol, helps escort it out of the body, which is one reason regular intake of soluble fiber is associated with improved cholesterol profiles, better cardiovascular markers again, when hydrated properly. How to use chia seeds the right way. This is the key. Here's the part that matters most. 1. Always soak your chia seeds. Use water, milk, or any liquid. Let them soak at least 10 to 15 minutes longer is even better. 2. Start small, especially if digestion is sensitive. Your gut adapts over time. 3. Increase overall. Fluid intake. Fiber without fluid creates pressure. Fiber with fluid creates softness. 4. Be consistent. The gut loves rhythm. Sporadic use creates mixed results. The truth in one sentence. It is not chia seeds that cause digestive problems. It is dehydration, improper preparation, slow motility, and misunderstanding how fiber works. Once that clicks, chia seeds stop being feared and start making physiological sense again. Soak your chia seeds. Let them fully expand. Give your body the water it needs. When used correctly, chia seeds lower gut pressure, support regularity, improve stool consistency, stabilize blood sugar, support cholesterol balance. Work with your digestion, not against it. And if you've been avoiding them out of fear, it may be time to rethink that story.